Welcome to Tablenauts. My name is Max.
And I'm Doolin.
And today we're doing a massive keep or cull. I've picked out 15 games.
Yeah.
I've picked out 7 games, so I'm going to go 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1.
This is the time of year where you always have to do this stuff because it's right before I get a bunch of games off my wish list because family members know the best thing to get Josh is just a board game.
It's a board game.
So I gotta make space.
Yeah.
Somewhere on my shelves.
I'm making some pretty big moves here.
And there's a toy drive going on. So
accurate.
Makes me even more.
Some of these can go right to there. All right, I will start with 2 with my always be culling tumbler. Thank you, Kyle.
So
I'm gonna start with we're gonna start off easy. We're gonna ease into this whole transition. So we're gonna start off.
This one's an easy
with
one.
this.
Well, maybe not easy for him. He actually painfully took this off the shelf.
Yeah, it was a bit begrudgingly. Yeah,
I've told him multiple times, you don't have to call.
I know, but I think it is the right decision. So you should know, I am culling this game.
Yeah,
it is.
Welcome
to with everything.
Everything.
Outbreak, Halloween, summer.
My goodness, dude. Are you sure you want to do this?
What is this one? The zombie apocalypse one. The Winter Wonderland. Like, I have every single expansion in this game. In what is, I think, an excellent game.
Oh, it's great.
I really like Welcome
I'm just
to.
now starting to get really into it.
Yeah, I really like it. It is one of my favorite roll and writes. Genuinely.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's a flip and write, but it's one of my favorite and writes.
Fan of roll and writes, and this one I enjoy.
Yeah, which I really like. Oh, I have the dry erase pad sheets too. Look, man. Okay.
He has a lot. He went a little all out with it.
I love this game, but I'm getting to the point where I don't often play these like low interaction roll and write games with other people, and I also just don't play by myself that much.
And if you do, you play it on VGA.
I don't play them in person, I should say. This used to be one of my favorite games to play with our friends David and Erica. We would play all the time. It was just a backdrop game. We were just hanging out. It's nice to just play something while you're just chatting it up. No real focus on the game in and of itself. But it's not been played since they moved to Florida, and I don't really expect it to be played anytime soon. At this point in time, when I'm able to get a game to the table, because it's not that often, unfortunately, I want it to be something more than this. Not necessarily more heavier. I don't care about that, but I want the game to shine a little more. Whereas this is more of a backdrop game, which isn't. It's fine.
I can see that.
But this just doesn't do the trick for me anymore. And so, Welcome to with all the expansions.
Even though
and the dry erase player sheet, even though I love it, it's the right thing to do is to pass it on to someone who will actually use it and get some plays out of it, because that is not me, unfortunately. So, Welcome to.
That was a sad one. That was not an easy
pile.
one. I don't know why we started off with Welcome to.
That's true. It wasn't a very easy one.
This is an easy one. Then
Proceeds to cry on camera.
Then you're like bawling your eyes out. Always be calling.
All right, we're gonna go with this one next. This. I'm gonna go. See, here's the thing. We need to have a way, like, the people that do the Keeper Cull series the best is Board Gaming Ramblings. They do the best. Like, they have their own little like little things that they flip that say Keeper Cull. Like they toss it out, show what they're doing.
You
with the
do
game.
like the Roman emperor thing. It's like,
yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So this is Micro Macro Crime City by Pegasus Spiel. I'll talk about it more once I've given my decision, because I don't want to give away my decision by talking about it. So, for this one...
yeah.
Just barely, though. And I'll tell you why.
Oh, man.
This is a
game.
game.
I helped it not die.
That's true. I think you did a little bit.
A little bit.
This is a Where's Waldo kind of... You're following these illustrations on a giant map, trying to solve these challenges, these mysteries. I've only ever completed the first 6 or 7, maybe, and it is a good time. Like, it is fun. I do want to get into the harder ones, which is why it's not going yet. It's fun, it's good, but it's not one that I pull out. It's not one that, like, Danielle has any particular attachment, like, we really want to do this. It is one of those things, though, that once you beat it, like, you're done. Now, it's not legacy in the sense that, like, once I beat it, I can give it to you, no problem.
Yeah,
there's
you don't rip it up.
You don't rip anything.
Like that,
you don't trash anything. You don't mark anything. But, like, there's no replayability unless you just try and forget everything that happened.
Which is hard.
But with that being said, like, maybe we should just play it and beat it and move on because it couldn't take that long. I think there's only like 26 missions or something, but
I lately have been getting really into that style of game.
Yeah.
Not that I want to always be just playing and then giving them to somebody else.
Sure.
But like Escape from the Haunted Mansion just sent me down this rabbit hole of I want to get games where I go through everything in it and I just get this sense of accomplishment, like I finished it,
right, yeah,
and I can move on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I love that so much, and so
the initiative is kind of similar in that regard.
Exactly,
yeah.
but that's gonna take us forever.
Yeah, much bigger.
I definitely want to play more of these games, and this one has been on my list of to watch for.
Yeah, I'll actually be sending this home with Doolin tonight so he can try it out himself. But it is not one that's going away quite just yet.
All right, we're moving on, and I'm gonna start with a big one to talk about, and this is Marvel United. And now, just to clarify, I don't have all of the trimmings.
This is all you have?
This is all I have.
Yeah.
I bought it at Walmart because I was like, I want to try this game because it sounded really, really interesting to me. The more people talked about it, the more I was like,
you got the Venom.
Yes, I did get the Venom, which a lot of people don't have. I didn't realize that was so special, but
that was the Walmart exclusive, I think.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, I've played this maybe 5 times, and it was all solo. It wasn't with any other people, and while I think I may have missed out on some of it, I feel like I've experienced a lot of what this game has to offer at just this box. Now, I could go all in and get a whole bunch more. I could have backed the X-Men and like all of that, which I think that there's still the opportunity to jump in.
Late pledge or something.
Late pledge wise. I have the opportunity, but will I? Go ahead and stick it.
I was wondering what this was for a moment.
Yeah, this is my...
I hope that doesn't mean anything bad.
I hope so. Anyway, do you guys think Keeper Cole for me, Marvel United?
Is my guess. I don't know.
It is a no.
Yeah.
It isn't. I am passing on this, and my biggest reason is because the last time I got this game is that it was replacing Legendary for me, because I felt like I only needed one good Marvel co-op game. Well, the one that I think I need to just full on commit to has been announced, and I'm sold on it.
The one caveat there is you won't see that game for 2 years.
No, but at the same time,
you're not feel like you're missing out.
I'm at this point, I know that I'm gonna have to spend hundreds of dollars to get this to the point that I feel like I'm getting more diversity out of it. The heroes are just not that diverse. The villains are great. I think the villains are where this game shines. But each of the heroes, they're cute, but their cards don't change. They're not very wildly different in how they play.
I'll say I'm surprised you're not just keeping it to paint because they are great minis.
Yeah, the thing is, I have only so much time.
Sure.
I have a ton of miniatures, and I'd rather paint something that I know is going to stay in my collection
and
for a
actually
really
hit the
long time.
table.
Exactly.
Right.
So I'm going to move on from Marvel United. I think it's still great. I think if you are looking for a family game that's Marvel themed, it's perfect. I think that if I had young kids that could play this with me, I would definitely keep it on my shelf, but it's just not going to get played much. So I'm passing on it. Marvel United, moving on. Now you 2 more games.
2 more for me. This is Moonrakers by Ivy Studios, which is back in stock if this game interests you in any way, shape, or form. It's been out of stock forever. So there's a little breaking news there. I'm going to go ahead and give you my results before I talk to you about the game. What do you think?
I think maybe you're keeping it. I could be wrong. You're not keeping it.
I'm not keeping it.
You always be calling, so I shouldn't be surprised by it.
I frankly really like this game. Like, I really like this game. The production, the theme, the way it plays out. I'm not a big deck builder guy, but I think this does it well that I don't have to, like, know exactly what I want to do the next turn. Like, it's a little forgiving, at least in my experience with it, and I like that about it. But I don't think it's going to hit the table. I think that from people who I've played it with, I played it with you, I played it with Danielle, I've played it with Jeff, I've played it with Jamie.
Yeah.
And Jeff and Jamie don't like negotiation, they're not about it. I think we had a good time,
I enjoyed it. I'm
not sure it's something that we would ever really pull out again and again. If I was more into deck builders, maybe this would be something that I'd have more of an attachment to, but From the standpoint, I mean, I've played this game 3 times at this point, and I really like it. I'd rank it a 7.5, I think. I mean, like, it's good. It's just gonna sit on my shelf unplayed, and it doesn't deserve that. It deserves to be played and deserves someone who's gonna treat it better than I am, essentially.
Max, this episode it felt like you've been breaking up with games. Like
especially Welcome to.
You deserve better.
They do. It's not me. It's not you. It's me.
Anyway, what's your second game?
Oh gosh, I keep forgetting, man.
You had to do 2 in a row, man.
2 in a row. Okay, this is another one. This is another one that I'm conflicted. I haven't decided in my head right now. I've not decided whether I'm keeping or
I
calling
was very
this.
disappointed to hear that your time with Jeff and Jamie wasn't that great.
I didn't expect it to be.
I thought it was going to be awesome. It looked cool to
I
me.
bought it with, like, it was almost a meme, right? Like, I knew that Danielle and Jeff both hated this game.
They really?
Yeah.
They'd already played?
We played it on BGA, which is not the right place to play it. It's not perfect, but they did not like it at all. So when I was in Halifax at Lancelot's, I bought this game, and I was like, we're gonna play it in person and see how it goes, and I'm hoping for the best. Because Jamie and I both quite liked this game, and then we played it. Jeff and Danielle still hated it. And then Jamie was like, I don't even really like it. And I was like, yo, you're breaking my heart, man. Like, I really like this game. And I did actually just play it again over Thanksgiving break. I played it with my brother and his partners, and we had a good time. I think my brother actually won, which he was surprised about, and like it worked out really well. It was a fun, tense game where like 3 of us were 1 point away. I mean, there's only 2 points, but 3 of us were on the brink of winning and stuff like that. So it was exciting. It was fun, but I don't think anyone loved it. So like I think they thought it was fine. But if I've played this game with myself and 6 other people so far, and I'm the only person who really likes it.
I hate that feeling so much.
I don't think I need to own it, especially because it's on BGA. Yeah. I don't think we'd ever play it on BGA.
Talk about how cool the Sugar Skull is on the front.
It's like, gorgeous, oh my gosh, man. And you might want to take this game just for that. You might like it it might work with your family. I mean, it's a pretty game. Like, gorgeous looking coaster things. It's really nicely produced. It's got a, what's the math? 15% success rate? That's not right.
1 out of 6? Or 1 out of 7, right?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. It's got a low success rate for me. And at this point in time, I've exhausted my options, essentially. The other choice is to play it with
me and Emily.
You and Emily and Kyle or something maybe. Or my parents. But then Danielle was going to be there, and she didn't want to play it anyways. Like, I've exhausted my skull options, and unfortunately, I don't even think I did it. But, yeah. It's getting cold.
Thumbs down.
It's getting cold, man.
All right, that's 3 out of 4 games.
3 calls, 1 keep at this point. And my keep was only like, maybe. Yeah. It's a strong opening.
All right, my next one is a game that Max...
they can already see it if you're trying to hide it.
Told me to get rid of.
I did, actually.
And then Jamie was like, Josh, it's okay if you keep it. Or Doolin, it's okay if you keep it. And I was like... Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Have you opened it?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I played it. I played it once.
And verdict?
No, I don't need it. I don't need it. It's a funny game that I think would be great for young kids.
See, but yeah, that I agree, and I think that's where the miss comes in, because young kids don't know who the crap these people are. Like,
you might know who Count
the
Chocolate
target
is,
audience
but yeah,
is
you're right.
So weird.
Well, maybe they're hoping that like families will be like, oh, this is cool. I'll buy it for my kids, and the kids will enjoy it, and like you'll
and the
reminisce.
Parents will have the nostalgia.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I think that's the hope, which I could totally.
As
see.
a parent, I also don't know who the crap these people are.
Yeah, but you're young.
I mean, I know who Count Chocula is.
You're 27.
Frankenberry, but
right, 27.
The Fruit Brute and Fruity Yummy Mummy.
I really only know Count Chocula.
I know Frankenberry and Booberry, but just by name. Strictly by name. Yes, I am 27, by the way.
Yeah, but it's neat. It's pretty. I'll give it that. And the components are definitely well made. So if you're interested in that, and then like the box is neat because it's basically a breakfast cereal box.
Yeah,
like that's cool.
The production's there.
Yeah,
I mean it's
clearly
sponsored by General Mills. Like I mean they can front the money, but
I think the love and thought was poured into this game. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna pass on it. And now we've only had one keep out of like 7 calls.
Yikes.
6 calls.
Let's move on to AEG's and Flatouts Cascadia. This is illustrated by Beth Sobel and designed by Randy Flynn.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and say if you call this,
It's going to your house.
I'm getting that boy immediately.
Nah, I'm not calling
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
now.
I was like,
having
there's no way you can.
No.
It's so good.
Cascadia
It's
is
fantastic.
really good. It is one of my favorite new games in 2021. Like entry level, it's perfect. Like it's beautiful. Now I do wish the art was a little more present than it is, because it's beautiful on the cards, and then like the terrain is cool, it's fine, it's whatever,
Yeah.
but it doesn't miss on being as beautiful as it could be. But it's such a nice, simple puzzle, relaxing tile laying, drafting game, and it just works so well. And I can play this with my parents, and I can play this with Danielle, and I can play this with anybody. And I don't think anybody will be offended by it.
No.
I don't think anybody's gonna be like, this game was not very good. They're probably all gonna be like, well, it was a lot of fun. Like,
I doubt that this would bother anybody to play. Like, I just think it's solid.
yeah, it has that mass appeal. Like, I just don't think anyone can play this and hate it. And I'm sure someone in the comments will say, that's me. I freaking hate this game. Cool, man. I don't know, but I don't.
Cool, man. I don't know.
I think it's really good, and it's not leaving my shelf. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it's going to get a lot of play out of it. It's one that's a lot easier to table and play than Casker Calico, which is kind of like its brother.
It's brother.
I've said that twice tonight. It's brother. Calico's a lot more meaty. It's a lot more harder. I'm moving on. Vocabulary shot.
Keeping. All right, moving on to the next one.
Next on the list is Air, Land, and Sea by Arcane Wonders. It's still in the shrink wrap, and that's because I'm calling
I was
it.
gonna say, I was like, that's a no.
With that being said, I want you to know, I really freaking like this game. The game. But Doolin also, did Doolin buy me? Did I buy it?
I bought that
You bought
for
this one. Sorry, buddy. I bought the Critters at War
glad you played it,
edition, and it's really good.
Oh, yeah.
It's really fun. But I'd much rather own the cuter
You don't need to own both.
Critter at Wars version. They're literally the same game. Like, it's just an art rendition. If the games were different, I'd give this one a shot. There's no point. The game's great, but I don't need to own this one. And it's in shrink, man. This could be perfect for your like toy thing, man. It's perfect.
Or a
Moving on.
Christmas gift. If you,
That's
like, had
true.
somebody,
No
like,
one would
needed
even
a-
know they regifted it unless they watch the channel, which they should, but they
Yeah.
might not.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna move on to one that I think
I don't know the answer
is
to this one.
beloved by many in our Discord, and that is Santorini.
It is.
This is a game that we played. Man, how many matches? 5 on camera,
And
but
like
we
3 off
played-
camera.
Yeah, we played like at least 8, and I've played this only one other time. And I need to know what you think I'm gonna do to this
I
game.
feel like you're keeping it until you said, but I've only played it one other time other than that. We played it 8 times in one day. And you're telling me you've only played this once other than that.
No, to be fair, that was what, a month ago?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're keeping it.
You think I'm keeping
I
it?
think you're keeping it.
I'm getting rid of it.
Whoa!
I am getting rid of this game mainly just because my primary person I would be playing this with is Emily.
Uh-huh.
Right? And we're big fans of 2-player games. We're big fans of strategy, abstract games, and this is a great, fun game to pull out. However, with Emily, I think if I want to play a game like this, I'm just gonna play chess with her, and we
Yeah.
love chess. And this is good, but I don't think it's gonna hit the table at all in my house.
Okay.
I don't see us, if we're in that mood of wanting to really play a heavy strategy abstract game, we're not gonna play Santorini over chess.
Right.
And so I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm again in a very culling mood right now. I'm
Dude.
3 for 3.
Next on the list is Chinatown, The Art of Trading by Z-Man Games.
I don't have any clue what you're gonna do with this.
Yeah, I kind of just pulled this off, man.
You've talked off and on about how you like this game and also might get rid of it for probably the last year.
At least I'm
so
consistent.
I think you're gonna keep it. I think you're gonna keep it. I think you want to try it at least one more time. I could be wrong. You're getting rid of it.
I'm getting rid
I'm
of it.
so bad
man.
at calling you.
I'm getting rid of it.
I constantly think you're gonna keep them.
I really like this game. I think it's great. I've never had a bad experience with it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's it's the closest thing to pure negotiation
Yeah.
in the form of a board game that I can think of, at least.
Yeah.
And maybe there's other things I'm not thinking of, but literally you're given plots on a board and you're given certain sets of
That was a
things
bad
like
idea.
tea things or whatever to put in those plots. And then essentially it's public information, what everyone else has, what everyone else wants, and you just barter money the whole time. And the first person, are you okay?
I touched my eyeball with hot sauce
Are you
still on my
okay?
finger.
Are you okay? No? I've never had a bad time playing it. With that being said, I've only played this twice, and I haven't played it in a year.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I played it, I think it was with Jan, Sean, and Jesse when we were in at Jesse's place that one time. That one time. Say that like it was only one time, but it's been a long time since I played this game, and frankly, I don't think it's gonna come back to the table anytime soon. Point Salad, another game by AEG. This is a really nice, lightweight card game.
I think you're keeping it, but I could be wrong again. Oh my gosh, I'm wrong every time. Literally every time.
I really like this game. I mean, that's like the theme. Like every game I'm getting rid of is not because I don't like it. Like these games
We cycle.
are good. I'm just a cycler, and unfortunately, this game just doesn't get played. It's fun. It's good. It's easy. It's simple. It's super simple. Very fast. I like the way that you can draft and hate draft by pulling off one of the point cards off the top, so it then blocks one of the vegetable cards. Whatever. I think this game's good. I don't see a point where it really reaches the table. There are other lightweight entry-level games that I'd rather play above this. Don't ask me what right now because I haven't considered it. But like I know that it doesn't see the table compared to other stuff on my shelf, and it's not one that I have any particular draw or connection to. It's strictly a good lightweight game. I don't need 20 good lightweight games. What are you considering?
How much you want for it?
You can take it, man.
No, I'll
It's
buy
like
it
a
from
$10
you.
game. Just take it.
I'll give you $5.
Oh my gosh.
$5.
Okay, whatever. I cold one to Doolin. I didn't even ask. I didn't even try.
That was me. That was all me.
That was all you, brother.
I'm trying to get rid of games and I'm buying them.
Next on Doolin's list is Point Salad. He's gonna keep it.
Next on my list is Detective Club. This is a game that I got to play recently twice with my family. It's by Blue Orange Games, but that's a little misleading because, I mean, Blue Orange Games is good, but the designers of it are shared with, like, the designers of Dixit, Mysterium. It doesn't have Libelub on there, but the same designer comes from this. And so you immediately recognize this when you play it because they have the artwork cards that you would expect from all of that.
Sure.
And it's a deduction game where one person will try to hide amongst everybody else trying to do the same type of thing, kind of like Thick Arse Goes New York, kind of like Chameleon.
Resistance, all that stuff.
All of that kind of stuff. So, what do you guys think? Detective Club, keep or call?
There's zero chance you're culling this game. Zero chance.
It is a keep.
Yeah, no chance you're culling Detective Club.
This game, and it honestly, I think if you watched our live stream, this would give it away. This was towards the top of my list. I think it was in my top 40 games.
Man. And you've only played it, like, this is new to you.
I've only played it twice. I think this, man, it's tough to say.
Better than Mysterium?
I think it's better than Mysterium at more than 4 players.
Okay. That's fair.
I think if you have more than 4 people, absolutely play this.
That you have to have 4 to play. No, I know you mean more than 4. I know.
Sorry.
But I just happened to see that. Like, this would never get played. It's a game I'd like to play, but it would never see the table in my house.
I think Mysterium is difficult at 6.
Right.
Emily and I love it at 2, which I know that's weird because most people don't like it at 2, but like we play it a lot at 2. But at 6, you're just waiting a lot. There's a lot of downtime, especially with the ghost having to pick 6 cards,
right?
Or 5 cards,
and that can be like excruciating.
It takes forever. Whereas this, like, there's even an app that makes this game go way faster that you can use, and it picks everybody, sends it to your like phone, like Jackbox almost,
right? Yeah,
to show you what your role is that round, and it's just very, very, very fast-paced fun. It's up there in terms of my favorite party games, next to like the likes of Codenames and Just One. I think that it is fantastic, and more people need
That
to try
is
it. I really
prestigious company.
Next time we have a game night with you and Danielle, we're gonna pick this out.
Okay.
And
I'd like to play it.
I
Yeah.
think it might be better than better
At higher
beyond
player
4.
counts. Right.
But it's still a lot of fun.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Next on the list, Leanne, we have Project L. Here's the fun thing.
Leanne's like subscribe. Her
She's
mouse
ready
is
to unsub.
right over the unsubscribe
What
button.
if I called it before she ever even got her copy?
I thought she had her copy.
No.
Does she know?
No, she still doesn't have her
I'm
copy.
so sorry.
This is Project L by Boardcubator.
This just happens to be Leanne's copy. We've been holding on.
Yeah, it actually came to us first. We were told to forward it to you, but the meme's been too good. If you don't understand that, you got to join the
It
Discord.
even has the letter L on it to represent you.
Smart.
Yeah.
L for Leanne. Before I talk too much about
Project Leanne.
what do you think?
I think you're keeping it.
You would be
There's
correct.
no way that
you would be correct.
keep it.
This is a nice little Tetris puzzle game.
I think even if you didn't like it, you'd keep it
Because I
of
couldn't piss off Leanne so much.
Yeah.
I really like this game. It's a nice, laid-back, relaxed puzzle. It's got like a very simple action selection system,
Yeah.
and you're just trying to acquire pieces to make filling out puzzles better. And when you fill out puzzles, you get more pieces or you get points. And the thing that I really like about this game is deciding when to make that swap. I've never won this game. Well, that's not true. I've won it once. I've played it 3 times. But every time I find that I push for pieces and lose because someone else started pushing for points. And it's like I'm trying to build my pool of pieces so I can get more points.
But you
Positively... I ran out of P words. I'm trying to get my pieces more so I can get points easier. But then I never make that transition from let's stop going for pieces and let's start going for points.
You're too busy building your engine and not running the race.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then someone else is like, oh, I won. And I'm like, what? How did this happen? The game ends and they have like 90 points and I have like 30. Because I just haven't figured out that right point to make the switch. And I really like when I haven't solved game. Not that I'd solve it even if I knew that, but I like that mystery. I'm like, man, I still need to figure this out. And this still has that for me. Once I get there, who knows? But there's a lot into this game. I don't think it's 10 out of 10 best game in the world. But it's a really nice, lightweight family puzzle game. If you know people that know Tetris, if you know people that know puzzles in general.
Man, this is a big game for my dad.
Yeah.
My dad loves this. He's a big Tetris, big puzzle guy.
Yep.
Perfect for them.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're looking for a good gift for those people, buy Leanne's copy.
Okay.
She's looking to sell it.
Now, at least now I know what to get your parents for Christmas.
My next game is Disney's Haunted Mansion. Now, this is Prospero Hall.
Prospero Hall, yeah.
Sorry, which is like, I realized the other day I own a ton of Prospero Hall games. And I think
it's not one person.
Yeah.
Did you think it was one person?
No,
okay.
like the company. Like,
okay.
they and it's mainly Disney.
Yes.
Like Disney games are
IP heavy games. Like, I mean, they did the Goonies.
Oh,
they did tons of stuff. Prospero Hall does tons of IP games.
Are they the villainous people?
No.
Are you sure they're not connected with villains?
Yes.
I was right. Anyway, this game it surprised me. I had never actually known the rules before I bought it. I just saw the theme and I thought, hey, this is cool. But it's actually very... It reminds me of like other set collection games like Sushi Go or Point Salad or anything like that. Because
if you're wondering why my head's cranked, it's because the box is too... I'm trying to read.
In the same way that scoring occurs in Sushi Go and Point Salad, you're trying to get cards that build off of each other. Some of them will require you to get a certain number of this type of ghost card, or others might ask you to only have X amount of green ghost cards or something like that. And the game is fast-paced. You have a lot of chances of getting hit by another ghost and drawing cards that take points away from you. You also don't just pick a card from like a draft. They get thrown around on the board by the 3 little ghost guys.
The hitchhiking ghosts?
Yeah, the hitchhiking ghosts. And you have to move your person to these spots and pick up cards.
Okay.
And then hope that you don't get hit by them as they run around the board. I'm going to stop.
You're getting rid of it.
Do you think I'm getting rid of it?
You're getting rid of it.
That would be correct.
Yeah.
I have a lot of good set collection games.
Sure.
And as much as I think that this is interesting, and I love the theme. I think that the theme is really, really cute. I'm not a big fan of move around the map to collect things like that. I think that it takes away from the strategy of drafting too much.
Sure.
And I think that the randomness at which the hitchhiking ghosts move around makes this game just a complete luck-based game. I don't think that there's much strategy involved in this game at all. It's very clunky at times.
Sure.
Because the more that they run around the map, the more they're dropping cards everywhere, and you just got to put the cards all over the board. Well, eventually the board's just covered in cards, and you got to move to each room, and you're choosing the cards you want.
Yeah, that seems not great.
But like your cards will eventually start going over top of each other. It's just I'm not a big fan.
I don't dislike Prospero Hall, and I think they make some great games, Villainous included. I've heard really good things about Goonies as well. But like, I do think that this one in particular, from what I've heard from you, from Jamie, whatever, is a game that you keep for the theme and theme alone. And if it's not a big enough draw for you to need to hold on to it just by theme, then it's not going to be one for you.
Which if you like...
Also, I'm really enjoying peeling off the stickers.
Which if you like the... I don't want to call it a ride, but like...
Yeah, the Haunted Mansion experience, whatever you want to call it.
The experience at Disney, like, you're going to immediately love, like, the miniature ghosts. I think that that's cool. You're going to recognize all of the rooms on the board, and that might be enough for you.
Right. But it ain't for Doolin. He's high class. He's not enough.
I've actually never been to the Haunted Mansion at
Me
Disney,
neither, man.
So, yeah. I've been to Disney a few times. I've never been to the Haunted Mansion. I think I was...
that's a problem.
I think I was a little
Disney
kid,
once.
and I probably was just too scared.
I was like 3 when I went to Disney last time. And I'm like 7 now. So it's been 4 years. On my list, we have... That's what this game is called. We have Shelfie Stacker. This is by Arcus. This is a game that is like a love letter, a loving parody.
No, Love Letter is a different game.
You said that last time. I'm pretty sure you did. This game is like a love letter / loving parody of people like us who collect board games and try and stack them on our calyxes. It's a dice drafting, dice placement game, which you're trying to fulfill objectives. You're trying to, I guess, set collect. You're trying to set collect the dice in order from like 1 to 2 to 2 to 3 to 3 to 4 and so on and so forth. Trying to build from lower numbers to higher numbers on your cardboard calyx.
Yeah.
Production's excellent. The idea is funny. Like, it always makes me laugh. I think it's really, really solid production and really solid theme. But am I gonna keep it? What's your guess?
If it were me, I would keep.
It's not you. It's me.
I think it's a keep.
It is a keep, Doolin. You're getting better. Okay. You're getting better. Yeah, no, this is really fun. It reminds me, and I'm not comparing it to them enough, and I think that they are probably objectively better games, but it reminds me of Azul, it reminds me of Sagrada. It gives me very similar feelings as far as drafting a pool of dice, placing that pool of dice onto my board, getting negative points in my shelf of shame when one doesn't fit. You've got objectives like Sagrada that you can try and complete. You've also, the real difference maker here is the initiative cards that all have an ability on them. So they've got a number and an ability.
I love that.
If I want to go quick, I have to play a low number card. But what if the ability on my number 8 card is perfect for the situation? Then I have to either pick the low number and be safe, or gamble on the 8 card and hope that you don't pick the pool of dice that I want. It is a really nice strategy, and I really enjoyed it.
I think it's fantastic.
We've only played this one time.
I played it 2 times.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I played it solo, which actually the solo experience, very fun.
And we also didn't play with the modules yet.
No,
we only played with like the base stuff. So I think there's room to grow here. Definitely not leaving my shelf anytime soon.
I think that Azul and Sagrada do specifically the placement better, but I love the card play.
Yeah.
I think card play makes this game stand out, and if I were that would be the reason I would own it.
Yeah. I think the drafting is done better, and the placement, like that all makes sense, works a little bit better. It's the highlight of those games. And like you said, I think the card play in this, combined with that, makes it a different enough experience that it's worthy of being on your shelf. Shelfie Stacker by Arcus.
Keeping.
Keep
all
it.
Right,
Into the keep.
You need to do another one.
I've kept 3 games today, boy.
Congratulations.
Oh gosh, there's only a few left. This is Horrified, also by Prospero Hall.
I'm gonna be horrified if you get rid of this game. Oh man, I'm guessing you're keeping it. You're getting rid of Horrified?
Yes.
Oh no.
But that's because I own Horrified American Monsters.
I don't know if that's a reason to get rid of
It
Horrified.
is enough for me.
No.
I do not need to own both Horrified.
Yes, you do.
And Horrified American Monsters.
Yes, you do.
I
and
personally.
you need to own Terrified, like me.
I can't. I personally do not have a connection with the Universal Monsters theme. I know a lot of people do, and that works for them.
To be fair, I didn't until this Halloween, and Emily and I
really
binged them all because of this.
Yeah, no, I know. I heard you talking about that. I don't know that it's enough for me to want to keep it. This is not a game that I regularly see myself wanting to bring to the table. I mean, wanting and doing so is a different story.
Yeah.
This is not a game that I regularly see myself actually getting to the table. I don't think I need to own two different versions of it. And for me, as a filthy American, the American Monsters version appeals to me a little more. It's a little more...
Those monsters are really neat in it. And
right.
The miniatures are awesome.
What is
Not
the word on
aren't,
cryptid? Like, they're like the cryptids. Is like the kind of word. It's the spooky, like...
It's the unknown, the fear of the
unknown.
Yeah. Now, have you played American Monsters yet?
No,
you
haven't.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I've heard increased complexity on the monsters as well. I'm really looking forward to it.
The art is cooler. I didn't realize that until I opened it up. Like, really? I love the theme and the art of Horrified, but I think the art on American Monsters is even better.
Another call, unfortunately.
Man. All right, moving on to me.
I still have another one, don't I?
Do you? You just did 2 in a row.
Did I? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I mean, you can do it third one.
What did I do? I did Project L last.
You did Shelfie Stacker.
Oh, it's not in the coal pile. That's why I forgot about it.
Anyway, I'm going on to a game called
You were Jurassic so kind. You can do another if you want.
Danger. I mean, I don't care, man. We're going to go through all of them anyway.
I mean, it's true, man.
It's fine.
Danger.
It's fine. This game is by Ravensburger. And,
how many Ravensburger games?
Dude, I own so many Ravensburger games. And, man, does my dad own, like, all of their puzzles. Like,
really?
Can I tell you one thing? They make good puzzles. He loves them. He loves them. He takes them on all of our trips. Anyway, we're not talking about puzzles.
Not yet.
Although kind of we are, because the map is built like a puzzle.
Oh.
You actually have to build it like a puzzle, and it's pretty neat. The way that it's built, it's supposed to play out a lot like Jurassic Park. If you're a fan of the movies, almost all of the characters are in this. Like this is like Super Smash Brothers. Gang's all here. And you can play as all of them, even the kids. And then one player is playing as the dinosaurs. You got little dinosaur meeples that you're running around the map trying to catch the humans and eat them. And if you eat a certain number of them, you win. And if the humans accomplish everything on the island and then escape in the helicopter just like the movie, they win. And this this game, I love the movie. This game is, I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Is this a keep? Or is this a call for me?
There's no chance you keep this game.
No chance.
No chance.
No chance I keep this game. Why?
It's a guaranteed call.
Guaranteed call.
100%.
Well, now I kind of want to change my answer.
Don't change your answer. I'll bet Project L on this game. But you can't change your answer. That's not fair.
I'm calling this game.
Yeah, no chance.
Now, Ravensburger actually put out like this big thing about the game on their Instagram, and I was like, I read it, and I was like, man, maybe I didn't give this game the right shot that it needs. But I started thinking about more of the mechanics. I started thinking about the group that I would play it with. And none of them are big Jurassic Park fans. And I think that if you were a Jurassic Park fan, like you'd be able to ignore some of the problems with the game in order to absolutely love it. I don't think this is a horrible game by any means. I think that if you're looking for a very simple one versus many game, try this out.
Be the one.
I feel like the dinosaur players, if you're not playing to just have fun, can really kite the game and like really make the game frustrating for any of the humans, because you could just decide, I'm not actually going to chase them. I'm just going to camp on the places I know that they need to go, and at that point it's just not that much fun because you know that you're not going to be able to get there without getting eaten. And so I think that there's some issues with the game itself. Now, if you have played this game and you think I'm dead wrong, like there's a way to get around it, I've just not seen it. I might be too dumb, but I'm calling this game. Moving on. I really, really want a good dinosaur game, and so I'm gonna hold out for something
different.
Telestrations.
Telestrations.
Why is this in the string?
Because I haven't played it.
You've totally played Telestrations.
I have,
love Telestrations.
but I never played my copy.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think you're getting rid of it, man. That's just my thought. Oh, okay. I was about to be surprised. Based off of, like, some of those games getting cold and Telestration's still on the list?
Is that a problem? I love Telestrations.
Oh, I love Telestrations. I just think that there are wildly better party games in my collection.
Yeah.
Now, I own the party version of this, and I think that the only reason I've held on to it is because it says you can play, and it's honestly
up
best.
to 12 or whatever.
Up to 12.
Yeah.
Which is, like, man, there are times where I desperately want to play a game with people, but we just have way too many people at a party, and it's like, how are we going to play a game? Well, we can play Telestrations.
Yeah.
And it is hilarious.
I really like this game. I mean, it's great. But I think you hit the nail on the head, and that's why it's still in Shrink. It's not a hard game. It's not a hard game to teach, anything like that. It's very approachable. It's a very easy game. But it is a game that you have to really have people that are, like, interested in playing it, right? Like, I can't just, like, set this down on the table and be like, hey, we're going to play Telestrations. Something like, I got to draw. Like, yeah, Telestrations is a great game. I really like it. But hey, it's in Shrink. It's in Shrink for a reason. It's in Shrink because I haven't got it played at any point. At this point in time,
How many times have you played Telestrations?
Twice.
Yeah.
I mean, not many.
Yeah.
I've had a great time every time I've played.
It's funny. It's very funny.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. It doesn't get played, and I'm not sure who the right audience is for this game, but it's not my family. If I have 4 to 8 people together, we're just going to play just one. Like, that's a game that people can sit in chairs across the room. They can just relax and write down a single word. It's very easy. It's very simple. This is for, like, a party game with a group of friends that all like party games. And, like, sucks to suck, but Max, I don't have a group of friends like that anymore. Like, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about more than 4.
My last game of the night is Ticket to Ride London. Now, this game came out, I think, in 2019, right?
No clue.
2019. And Emily and I have played it a grand total of 4 times. I can't remember which, because I've owned this for a while. So what do you think? Keep or cull?
I think you're calling it, but that's just a guess.
I am
keeping it. Okay.
I'm keeping this game. It's not that different from base Ticket to Ride. I think that this was coming out around the same time that Pandemic did the North America Pandemic. There was a few other
North America Pandemic.
Yes, there's a bunch of different versions of Pandemic.
I knew, but North America?
There's a North America Pandemic.
Did not know that.
The only reason that these exist, really, is to be a travel-sized version of the base game. And weirdly enough, every time Emily and I travel somewhere, Ticket to Ride is a game that gets brought.
Really?
And I think it's just, like, nostalgia. I don't know. But, like, very early on in both of us getting into board games, we didn't have a whole lot of games yet, and Ticket to Ride was one that we played a bunch with family. And we took it on trips. I missed
out on the Ticket to Ride bus.
Dude,
I've only ever played it like once, maybe twice.
We gotta play it together more.
I used to have Europe, and that's it.
I have Europe, regular, and London, which I call it regular. It's base.
Right.
Ticket to Ride.
Right.
But anyway, this is their travel-sized version, and it basically freed up us from having to pack
the full version.
Big one in a bag anymore. And I don't think this will ever get played in our home, but it is on a shelf with other games like Tiny Sushi Go and a few others that will only get played if we're traveling.
This is Concordia. God, I can't even put my head on top of this. This is Concordia Venus. This is the, like, new, and by new I still mean a couple years old, but it's a new version of Concordia that includes the Venus expansion in the base box with the game. Concordia is Catan 2.
Those maps look exactly like Ticket to Ride.
Yeah, they can definitely look quite similar.
Wow.
Someone's probably yelling at me because I said Catan 2. I don't mean it like that, right? Like, it's not at all. But I think it's a game that can appeal to similar people who also like Catan. It is where I'm trying to get at with that. What do you think?
I don't know. But if you're getting rid of it, I might have to talk to you. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. It looks cool. You're keeping it. Good.
I'm keeping it.
Okay. Can we play this together?
I would love that.
Okay.
Love that, because it's genuinely a contender for Cole for me. Not because it's not good.
Because you don't play it.
Because it's not been played.
Yeah.
I've played someone else's copy once, and I've played my copy not even a full game. We played like 3/4 of the game, girls were awake, something like. I don't know what happened, but we weren't able to finish the game. So I've only played this 1.5 times, never played a full game of my own copy, and it sucks. Like, I really like what I've played, and I've heard many good things. I want to play it, and I want to understand it more, and it just doesn't get to the table. I mean, I'll be the one to admit, like, it's pretty bland and dry. Like, this cover is like a 10 out of 10 compared to the other cover before they got this different version.
See,
it was terrible.
I'll be honest, the way it looks right now is like, it looks kind of like it was, you left it outside and it was sun damaged.
It does kind of look like that now that
Right?
you mention it. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. But like,
What if it was?
Decently,
We're trashing that. And it's a sun damaged box.
It's a decently pretty game. It's got different maps for different size player counts.
See, I was about to ask, I was like, do you play with literally all of these maps at the same time?
No. Yeah, so it's got 4 maps, double-sided.
I like that.
So,
Oh, these are
well,
pretty.
2 maps double-sided.
These are
for
pretty,
4 total.
Max.
Like, this is the small maps. You're going to play this with a less player count of people. You're essentially building up, like, how do I want to say it? It's a resource game where you're trying to collect food, you're trying to collect wine, you're trying to collect, but you're essentially just trying to, like, walk around, build houses, which allow you to get control of these areas, which are going to build different things. It's a deck builder at the same time, where you're playing cards to play. Each card is an action. When you play that action, it goes into your discard pile. You don't get that card back until you play a specific card that refreshes your discard pile.
Like
There's also a market of cards that allows you to buy those cards, but the thing is, the cards aren't only your action, the cards are also your scoring. At the end of the game, each card has a god on it, and each god scores for different things that you've got throughout the game. I don't freaking know how to talk about it. It's been 2 years since I've played it, but I really want to
Sounds
freaking
awesome.
play it again.
That didn't sound like Catan at all.
No,
or Ticket to Ride.
I corrected myself. I just mean people would like it if they like Catan.
I'm just messing with you.
God.
I want to play it. I want to play it. This looks straight out of Catan, though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's a straight, like, if you like Catan, you should try this
I
game.
think someone made a game where they're like, this is an incredible game, but we're not going to get enough people. Let's make it have Catan pieces and a Ticket to Ride board. And everybody will buy it.
Everybody will love it. So, I kept 1, 2, 3, 4 games. I culled 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, Project L's in the wrong box. It's because I said I was
The
calling
wrong
it.
box?
I kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. I culled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games.
I kept 2 games.
Acquired
2
games.
And called 5 games.
Nice.
So I think I did good.
We trimmed down.
Normally I don't. Ooh.
I thought you were just breaking stuff.
Normally I don't do very well with this. I
Yeah.
don't like to get rid of games, but I was in the spirit of things.
Spirit.
Giving them away to people, and you know, it was time. I'm gonna
It's
get a
time to
bunch
go.
of newer, more games for Christmas.
A bunch of newer, more games.
More games for Christmas.
Is that newer, more, or new or more?
Never more, like the Raven.
Like Paramore?
No, the Raven.
Oh, hardcore?
Nevermore.
I
I don't know how a Raven would say nevermore.
What is that even from?
Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven?
Who's Edgar Allan Poe?
He's in our Discord. Join our Discord. See you guys next time.
That's a good ending there, man. I quite like that.
Thank you.